Nonprofit Strength and Conditioning. I'm Skip Lockwood of QL3 Strategies, and we provide performance enhancement for nonprofits. Today's workout is board communications. Mention the board when talking to some nonprofit leaders, and Gollum suddenly appears moaning about the board wanting my precious. Other leaders transform into Scooby-Doo, clawing for a hiding place, and on rare occasions mention the board and a slick used car salesman struts out, assuring everyone that he has everything under control. He also tells the crowd that he's a secret agent. All three scenarios point to potentially hazardous dysfunctions in the relationship between the board and management. A good board-executive relationship should be a partnership in dynamic tension. There are a number of techniques for establishing and maintaining the board management balance, but perhaps the most important one is a proper communications plan. Managing the flow and frequency of information between the two entities lays the foundation for a healthy relationship and mitigates challenges such as personality clashes and turf protection. Additionally, a good communications plan builds trust and rapport, as well as providing clues to potential challenges. Let's briefly look at the role of the board. The role of the board is first and foremost to maintain proper oversight of the charity's operation as it fulfills its mission. Boards tend to take special interest in their responsibility to ensure the financial well-being of the organization. Sadly, the program staff and general operations of the nonprofit often take a distant position relative to the financial concerns. Legally, the board is the most powerful arm of the nonprofit structure. However, the intermittent nature of the board's involvement in the nonprofit's operation and the fact that most board members are participating voluntarily creates a situation where the board becomes either entirely too passive or overly involved. Both types of boards are very dangerous to the organization. So, the objectives for a board communications protocol are as follows. Number 1, surprises are only fun at birthday parties. The board and the executive team both find surprises unpleasant and unsettling. Efforts must be made to avoid surprises. Number 2, good communications facilitate the smooth and effective operation of the organization. This is accomplished by providing a consistent flow of information highlighting both the successes and the challenges. Brief, measured, and thoughtful language should be used in all board communications. The goal is to create a drama-free space. 3, provide information with adequate lead time so that decisions do not have to be rushed. Consistently asking the board for important decisions at the last minute is a recipe for disaster. It is better to explain a position and then incorporate board feedback than to railroad through an important decision at the last minute and have the board fuming. In the first scenario, the board is your partner, and the second one, it looks as though you are either afraid of them or don't have adequate control of the organization. This is a situation that will not end well. Number 4, be sure to provide information that fulfills the board's oversight mandate, especially the financials. I got into the habit of putting the current top-line financial information in a box at the bottom of my board emails. This way I could jump right into the meat of the email while keeping their favorite information close at hand. Point 5, solicit feedback from your board members. You will be surprised at what you learn. There are differences among the various nonprofit watchdog agencies as to how often boards should officially meet. A general rule of thumb is every 3 months. This communications plan is about the unofficial meetings. I suggest the following. A, the absolute minimum number of discussions between the chairman and the CEO is once a month. Talking every other week is better. If there's a major crisis or project, then more conversation is called for. When I started at one organization, the board chair would call every Friday at 4 p.m. He spoke to the CEO and senior staff for about 30 minutes and then returned to his work. It was a good system for keeping on top of the organization's activities. B, in the event of a serious issue, the executive committee should be added to the board chair call. C, the entire board should receive a monthly email from the executive team updating them on the status of the organization. Of course, if there's a serious issue, updates should come more often. D, depending on the size of your board, all board members other than the chairman should get a phone call from the CEO at least once a quarter. E, all board members should receive general information such as electronic newsletters, advocacy alerts, year-end report emails, and the like. This communications plan has a number of suggestions to help you get more out of the relationship between two pivotal parts of a nonprofit organization. Like all recommendations, you will need to tweak the recipe to develop a plan that works best for your situation. However, the time invested should pay off handsomely with better relationships, stronger partnerships, smoother operations, and progress towards fulfilling your mission. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found Nonprofit Strength and Conditioning useful. Feel free to post questions. Contact QL3 Strategies at www.ql3strategies.com to talk about how we can enhance your nonprofit's performance.